Another great edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. How are all of you today? Let me turn off my phone, turn down the TV so I can do this and try to do it quickly today. I'm going to try to do it in 15, 20 minutes. Today, in day trading, we kind of had to work for our money. Some of the trades were easy. We took a couple earning plays overnight that didn't really work out as well as we thought that it would. So we had to work extra special today to make money. And we had a lot of opportunity to do just that. So it was really, really exciting. Um, um, I did overnight unit the other day, as you all saw, and unit did very good in the morning. It gapped up to and hit 1335, and I was long. And the reason why I did get out of the stock is because I was seeing RBC this morning gave a downgrade on the stock, and I just felt with their $15 price target, the stock would probably sell off. I did like PCG today, and I wanted a little bit more to the upside. For whatever reason, it kind of just died off. So I think we're waiting for a couple more analysts to come out. But I do like that on the long side. So if you're a swing account, this would be a really good one to do. I want to show you a stock called DK. DK turned out to be a nice winner for a lot of people in the room. We went long into earnings yesterday at just under $35 a share. It gapped up yesterday to $35.50, and this morning I sold it at the open around $36.50. So, and it went all the way to $37.43. So it was a nice 1.5 2-point trade. What didn't work was Garmin, which on the what do you call it? And CVS. On the option side of the world, the call buying was enormous on CVS. I mean, they were just loading up, and it was pretty lopsided, almost 95% to the upside. And so they were wrong. CVS did guide down. So because I don't trade big size into earnings, I just kind of nibble. I was able to get out of it this morning around $67 from my $70 entry. I think I was $70.13 yesterday. So, and then the other one was Garmin. I was able to get out early before it took off and squeeze. What I do like about these type of trades, I got out about right here in pre-market, around $75, $76 a share, and I was shorting I think around 71.40 or somewhere around there. But unit helped me out, and I also played Candy, which I really liked. But what I love about what this showed me was when a stock has so much momentum that they're thinking it's going to miss, like Garmin did. Garmin, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, traders, but didn't we have like 33, 22 or 30 on the call buying, and over like 4,000 on the put? And when they're wrong, they are wrong, and you're going to get a squeeze. And so I basically told everyone in the chat room this would be an amazing squeeze and have strength. And do not short it. Short it tomorrow because I think it just stays up all day. Now this room is really learning how to play these stocks more to the upside and pushing them. So even if you were down 2 or 3 points on the overnight, you could have easily made your money back with 100 shares and made 5 points to the upside. So even if you're wrong, you can correct it and be right. So, and CVS was great because we started taking positions in pre-market around 63.70 and under. We were calling for 65 on the stock, and the stock ran all the way up to $65.20. A lot of traders took this trade, and it did really well. And then the first opening bell, I mean, you could see it hit 64.89. So I was really happy with that trade. So anyway, let me go over a few of the calls that we did, and that way you kind of get a feel what we offered this morning in the room. Today we had to work a little bit hard for our money. Usually it's kind of easier sometimes. We just nail it right out of the gate. We're done. Today, Candy. Right now, the big thing is electronic cars and vehicles. They seem to be the hot ticket items, like when what do you call it? When the weed stocks. It's kind of like if you're building a car with a battery. I mean, everybody wants to be the next Tesla. So, but Candy has a habit of really selling off. However, this morning it had a lot of strength, and I was really impressed with it. So I told traders I'd be long in around 750 to 760. I do think we get a nice pop out of the gate. If it does pull, look for the pop to get through. Don't short it, but I was waiting for the 770, 780 to break. Once that came, I knew we were going to see 8 and 850. And what I do when stocks like this are in a run, I usually will let the traders know immediately where I see it. So on this one, I went 3 years back. And all you had to do was really go a year and a half back, and you can see. And what I did is I was calling this breakout at 750 right here. And then I said, okay, your next stop will be roughly at 828. That was what I was looking for. And then I was trying to, I 845 and then the 876. And I said, after that, you have a bigger gap to fill in the nines, but I don't think it'll hit that, at least not today. And I do think Candy is gearing up for an ATM, so I do think the stock will collapse and head lower. But they had really good news today, very positive, so can't say anything negative about the company today. However, I do think they're just keeping this up to do an offering probably the next 48 hours. It's not often. And it looks like they have possible earnings coming up as well on March 15th. So I think they'll probably want to liquidate, so show a cash flow on the books and stuff. But for the calling out the trade, I think it was really good. I helped a lot of traders do really well on this particular trade. The next one that we were doing was CVS. And again, CVS had, to me, was a nice, it was worth the risk reward because yesterday I felt the stock had a lot of room to the upside. I felt Walmart coming in with good numbers, even though they gave up all of their stuff today. On the gap, hold on, I'm going to put CVS and Candy. I really liked it, and so I did take the hit for 3 points on the downside. But this morning when I came in, I was pretty much all over CVS to go long, and I'll show you the notes on it. It was right here, and I'll show you right here on the chart so you can kind of see what I see. And I really wanted to go long right here, was grinding, and I liked the conference call because I felt the CEO would try to really imply something positive on the stock. And I really encourage traders to take longs into those type of calls, especially when the stock has gotten beaten down. And I pretty much told everyone on Twitter as well as in the chat room, look for the stock to hit around the 65 area. So if you take around 63.50, 63.60, 63.70, at least you're guaranteed a point in the making. And you can see in my pre-market notes on CVS, I really wanted everyone to capitalize on that. So take long at 63.75. It should get through 64, and then we head to 65. Okay. And I let traders know that if it does fall, don't get scared if it comes to 62.50. The stock still end up at 65. So it was a really good call, good guidance, and so forth. Another great call that we did this morning was Tesla. Now, one of the directors left abruptly this morning, gave notice. And so whenever someone leaves Tesla, you hear the rumors and everyone talking and getting nervous and like, oh no, something's going on. What are we going to do? Just a lot of nervous ears out there. And you get, usually get a pretty terrific sell-off, which to me is a buying opportunity because most of the analysts that come on there still want to buy the stock, So today it was a nice buying opportunity at $300 and under, and I did tweet that as well. I went long at $300.84, 86 cents, and I said the stock will rebound to 305 to 307 area, and to long it at 300. That's pretty much the trade. I didn't need you to do any more. I didn't want you to short the stock. I didn't want you to do it. I just wanted you to buy the stock around the 300 level and expect the stock to go to 305 to 307. And that would mean the stock would probably settle around the 306 area. So if you take a look at the stock, you could see the gap down it gave. And right here. And I'll show it to you right here, the trade itself. And there's the $300 level. There's your entry. And the stock, I said, would go to 306 to 307. And the stock hit 306.33. So 305 to 307 is 306 medium. And so it did exactly what I wanted. So this is a nice 5 to 6 point trade to the upside. Very nice. Okay. The next one was Garmin. Garmin told me, based on what I was seeing this morning, and DVN. I'm going to show these two because I liked DVN a lot. But Garmin, I thought would pop through 79 area at the open. That was really important to me. And if it did sell off, I'd love to see 72.50 if it did sell off, but most likely it was already gapping up 5, so I told everyone you can go long and expect this pop to 79 plus. And the reason is because there were so many shorts in the stock. Everyone was implying they were going to miss, and when you get that overwhelming, chances are you're going to get a massive play in it to the upside. So I want you to see how Garmin opened up, and you can clearly see we were all over on the long side for quick money. And Garmin again did really stellar on earnings. And we can't short this stock until tomorrow, unfortunately, because they're going to keep it up all day. And tomorrow the analysts will come out with their numbers, and I think that's when we'll get the slow fade off, at least for some gap fill of $79 to $80 probably tomorrow. But if you went long the open right here around 76, I did expect a 79 pop at the open, and immediately within the first few minutes of the opening of the bell, the stock hit $79.80. So it was a great trade before any kind of seller came in. And that's really what I was looking for the traders in the room. Just make quick money right out of the gate. And then as you can see, the stock had more strength. Everyone wanted to short. I said, no, let it keep going. It's got more room. Do not short it today. So, and just it's holding up the flag very well, you can see. But for us as traders, because we understand the trade, we knew what was going to go on and how it was going to trade. It was pretty simple to do. All right, so that was a really nice trade to the upside. So even if you were wrong on the overnight on a hold on earnings, then you could at least play the long side with 100, 200 shares and pop 3 points and made $600. And that was really a nice trade. Another trade that we did was, I think it was DBN. I want you to look at this trade. This was a lot of fun this morning. I really enjoyed this trade. My friend Noel, and if you're following Noel, I mean, he is such a fun, great guy in the room. And again, I want you to look at his feed, and I mean, every day he posts, good or bad, his entries and exits. And like I said, last week he suffered some losses as a trader. He posted he made over 9,000 his first 30 days, 25 days in the room. Then he started February with some losses. He was down $1,100, and of course, you know, when you're down in a room like this, and we have Discord as well, that everyone can talk to each other, but it's just not that. It's just a community of traders that really believe in themselves and believe in others even when they're down. And that's what I admire about the room here that we're building, is people really care about you. I care. And it shows in such a reflection on how people respond when someone's down. Someone that don't nobody even knows who Noel is, and yet they reach out. And so what Noel does is he comes in here every day and he believes in himself just like we do, just like I said to him, right? And he went, so here he was already down. He said, I think I'm going to call it and just take a break, a breather. And we encourage him to continue to trade through it, because you have to. You have to. You have to, you know, you can't dwell on what you did wrong. Just continue to learn on the losses. Understand why you did what you did wrong. And from there, with our guidance and the moderators in the room, we will lead you back. And that's what we do. And of course, he's got such a fan following. I mean, it's a perfect example. And look, February 11th on 252, 227, 302, 442, 399, 636, 550. Do you see? This is just today. So what this should tell you as a trader, that if you stumble a little bit, don't worry. You might have a great week or two. I mean, he made $8,000 in 30 days, all right, in 25 days, and then he lost $1,000, and he was down on himself. You can't be down on yourself. You can't get all wrapped up in yourself like that. This is day trading. It's time to grow up. Trying to take the hit. Hey, what mistakes did you learn? And what this has told me is this gentleman has learned from his mistakes. He's not making them anymore. And that's what trading's about. It's a journey. It's a journal. You're keeping track of what you do, how well you perform, your mistakes that you make. Did I get in too soon? Did I average in too much? Did I size in too much? You know, I myself have learned, like with the ICPT trade that I'm doing right now, I don't trade. I mean, I would go in there with 600 shares and then add 100. Well, you have like 1,000 or 1,200 shares and you're down 8 points or 6 points or 4 points. You're going to be down a horrific number. That's not really going to look nice on your account. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. Down is down. And so for me, I like to just get in there and nibble. I size less. I tell myself have room for the downside in case it comes. Add to it. Have a decent average. You can overnight or swing it. Um, and then I don't stress on the trade. I move on to other trades as I see come. Like we have great moderators in here that just continue to call great calls. I mean, Janny was calling Netflix short at 364 and it hit 356. I mean, and he was taking it on the way down, and he would tell every entry and exit. I mean, that's what it's about. I mean, can't dwell on one trade. So I admire that. I admire that a lot. Okay. So going back to DBN. Now DBN, this is one that we didn't take, and I wish we could have yesterday because I kind of read the report and they were all over this on a long side, and I went ahead and took the OSPN or whatever it was. But man, if we had just switched and took DBN, oh my gosh, they had a lot of call action going on in this one, and um, I didn't take it, and I kind of, in hindsight, obviously you wish you could. But anyway, for us to play it out of the gate, I told everyone this is going to be a strong stock because there were so many shorts involved on the downside trying to short the stock. But I felt in pre-market it was going to show some strength, and I was looking for a 32 pop at the open and then a short. And I was really telling traders, expect it, demand it, you'll get it. And I want you to see my call this morning on DBN right here. Gapping up 2.5. I want more, traders. I want more. I want a 33 pop at the open. I think it's going to just roar 31.50, 33, and then look for a nice 2 to 3 point fade. So what I do is I prepare traders reasonable that this is going to pop and expect more. And why? Because of strength. The stock had strength, and it really had really good supportive numbers to back them up. And so for me, this stock was going to fade before it faded, I needed to hit the up push at the open. So I want you to see how we traded that stock. And DBN pre-market long and at the open. And it go ding, 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 ding. Here's the opening bell. And I said 31.50. Here is 31.50 right there. And then I said to 33, and here's 32.53. So what it does is it tells a trader, so with 100 shares, 3,000 buying power, I can make a quick $200 and start my day with 3,000 bucks. Yes, and that means that all you need in a cash account is 500 bucks for 6-time buying power. So, also, I just want to re-emphasize the DK call. We're going to probably do a 2-day chart on this on earnings. And this one we went long yesterday into earnings at $34.86 right here. You can see we were all going long here. And B Trades himself, I think he'll probably tweet. He's a great moderator in here. He always comes in the afternoon and takes a list of the stocks, and he made really good money. I believe he was buying 38 calls or something like that, and he cashed out great this morning. He was so happy. Only stock hit 37.48 on a 2-day chart. So really nice. And let's do one more trade. You know what I liked? I liked a stock. It's either LNTH. I don't know which one I'm going to go for. Or Love was just a bottom play off for 454. Love was really cool. Yeah, I told traders in the room on Love, it got downgraded to 54 price target from a tier 1 firm. However, 54 means it should stop at 54 when I see that. So I told traders to go long 54.75, room to 54 to add. If it pulls to 54, go long and look for the stock to rebound through 55, maybe 56. And the stock ended up going all the way back up to 55.30. So it was a really good trade here. That was a nice setup. I believe it was HSTM. Now, HSTM, I want you to follow this trade. I've never traded this before. I think every 6 months I might look at it. but this was gapping up 5 points, and I love these type of trades. So I'm already gapping up like $30 or close to it in pre-market. And so I told traders, look, don't be worried if it pops a little bit more, but I want you to short the stock. I think you're going to get a nice sell-off on profit taking, and I'm going to guide you down to $28 a share. So even if it's at 30 and it pops, just add right into it. Don't get scared. The more it pops, the better the fade. But I'm going to take you down to 28 bucks, and that was the trade. And that's really what I was calling for everyone to take. Just get in there, and yeah, again, it's all about sizing. You don't want to size in too much, especially if I tell you it has room to go to 33 just in case. Because I figure shorts would probably squeeze it just a little bit more, and I want you to see the stock. And the reason why I called HCM to 33 is because it did hit 32 after hours, and then pre-market, I believe right here you could see the 32 spot. So I wanted traders to start taking a little bit short, but give it room to pop, and then look for the fade to 28. I was all over the 28. I felt 28 was going to be a reasonable number for it to come down. And the reason is because the stock was closing around 27. It had really good numbers. I didn't think it would gap fill all the way, and there was no reason for it to. So look for 28 for it to come down. And as you can see, the stock ended up coming down to $27.95. And then you can go long. So if you had followed that one and shorted it to 28, you could have covered at 28, and you could have went long and played it both sides because it went all the way back up to 29.30. So really good trade. So overall, I think we were about 80% accurate today. We're usually about 85 to 87%, but I think today, Netflix, I did short pre-market. I took short at 365. I told everyone in the room, and I did cover at the opening at 363. Area, and then Janny took over that chart, and he took that thing all the way down to 356, which was really impressive. Love would turn out good. Schwab didn't work out. I figured it would pop to 46.50, and it only popped to 46.30. So, and then hasn't been able to fade since. DVN was good. LNTH was pretty good. I wanted to short that at 21.50. LNTH in 22. This is a really good trade. I'll just show it to you. LNTH was gapping up 2. I wanted to pop to 22 at the open and then short it to 20. You want to see this trade? I think you'll be happy. Really did exactly what I wanted. And these are the kind of trades, again, I enjoy trading them because I can do them all day long. And I did call for the stock to hit to $22 a share at the open and then scale in short to get to 20. And just within just a blink, you could have went long at the open, sold it at 22.50 on the pop. There's your 22 short, came all the way down to 20.50. Really good play. I wanted 20, but still a very, very good play if you took the trade, long or short. And this is what we do. I mean, it's all spelled out. I try to give you the best ideas, what to look for. I give you the best entries, what to look for. I like on Candy. I go through each one. I try to get plenty of time to talk about each trade before the bell opens, unless I'm trading pretty aggressive in pre-market, which I kind of was. I was adding into positions, especially on Netflix. I really wanted that 365 pop short in pre-market, and I wanted to take it down because I usually get about a 1 to 2 point pull at the open, and I got that. And that's pretty much what we do. I mean, we just did a great job. We had to manage our trades. And it was really nice. So anyway, this is my Twitter feed, AJTrader7. You have our YouTube, and if you ever want to visit us on Discord, you're more than happy to. All the traders go in there after hours. They talk, and we're currently, I believe, in Discord right now, 200 online, 787 members currently. So we're trying to get to 800, and then in a month we'll probably be at 1,000. So, and Darkside runs the room. He doesn't allow spam and certain people in there. He's really, we want to keep the room very positive, and especially with a lot of traders talking and talk about their day, what they did, how they did. And it's really important to share their thoughts. So thank you for joining us today. I believe the webinar took only 25 minutes today, and I will see you tomorrow. If you want to join us, just click on any of the links right here. Just click on it, and you can join us. Scroll down. You can join us. This is our website. Really well put together by the great Sergio. And And these are some of our stuff. And if you want to join, it's $25 for a day, $100 for a week. If you flip to monthly, I will give you all that money back. If you just trade monthly, come on in. You get it's only $6.75. If you want to go more, if you do the 6-month, 2-year, or 1-year, I give you some pretty fun stuff to make it worth your while. So if you upgrade to that, I also return back your $197. So there's a lot of things that I do for annuals and semis. So, and of course, of a 2-year, I will do something really impressive. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining us, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. I hope to see you trade with you tomorrow. Bye-bye. And I'll let you know if ICPT hits 104, 105. But do expect the offering, probably 1.5 shares at $100 a share, and then it should pop from there. And expect Candy to do an offering as well. Okay. They'll definitely do one. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.